guys, today I'm going to be ranking the AFC teams into different categories, starting with no chance to be determined from contenders to top dogs. And we're going to start off with the AFC East, the division with the Jets, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Bills. And we're going to start off with the Miami Dolphins. This team, Tyreek Hill, he's getting pretty old, but he's still the fastest player in the NFL. And if Tua stays healthy, I can see this as a pretty successful season, even with a very tough division. I'm still going to have to keep this team as a solid contender right there for the Miami Dolphins. Then next up, we have the New England Patriots. And this team, as much as I want to put them right here, this team hasn't really been consistent. With Mike Gesicki being added at tight end, that could help Mac Jones a lot. But I still don't see a very good season coming in from them, as they have no chance right here for the New England Patriots. Next up, we have the New York Jets. And listen, they had a great offseason. They had Aaron Rodgers added. They still have Garrett Wilson, the offensive rookie of the year, and the defensive rookie of the year, Sauce Gardner. And in my opinion, if they get one of the two free agents out there, Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins, they might as well get both of them. They need the running back and receiver, and why not get both of them? So this team really could jump straight up from last season to be determined all the way to start off the season as a contender. So I'm going to get the Jets already a contender. Okay. Top dogs still right here. Nothing yet. But now we have the Buffalo Bills. As much as I want to put them here, I kind of want to put them as a contender because they have not proven that they can win a Super Bowl yet. They haven't even been there since they've been a top dog. They have beat the Chiefs and the Bengals, which is a big thing because those two are really, really solid teams. So, Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, the best wide receiver quarterback duo in the NFL currently. This could go crazy for the Bills because if I put them in contenders right here, that really could be bad for them because they had so much talent on this team. They really need to execute this. If they're going to make it to another AFC championship, they have to do it this year or they're going to drop down from contender to contender. But I'm going to leave them as top dogs to start the season, but it might not end that way. Next division, we have the AFC North. Right here, with the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and Steelers. We're going to start off with the Baltimore Ravens. OBJ added to this team. Lamar Jackson getting franchise tagged, a crazy offseason. And a chance to get DeAndre Hopkins, maybe, I don't know. J.K. Dobbins coming in, I think, as a starting running back. He hasn't really been that consistent since he's been a rookie. This team, everybody's saying if they get D-Hop, this could be a super team. I don't think so. I just think they just need to execute the best they can, and maybe they can make the playoffs. If Lamar can stay healthy, I don't want to have to put him at TBD right now. But maybe later in the season, maybe even mid-season, I'll put them right here a contender. Now we have the Cleveland Browns. And Nick Chubb, best running back in the NFL. Myles Garrett, a beast on defense. And if Deshaun Watson becomes what he was at Houston and stays healthy and has a really reliable target, somebody that Dak Prescott misses, Amari Cooper, if he plays great, this team, they could be a contender to start off. But I'm going to have to leave them at TBD right now. But later in the season, they could easily be a contender. Now we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this team, they got a pretty young offense. George Pickens, Kenny Pickett, and Najee Harris. This team, they mostly dump it off to Najee Harris, and they kind of have a slower offense compared to the others, but that D-line is a really good duo of T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward. I'm going to start the season for them as TBD. Now next, the Cincinnati Bengals. And they've really shown, since they got Joe Burrow, He had a good rookie season, and then next season there was a boom, and boom since. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, a good duo, one of the second best maybe of quarterback and wide receiver. Joe Mixon, a good running back there. I mean, the Bengals have really just been unstoppable since Joe Burrow became one of the best quarterbacks right now. So I'm going to have to put these as a top dog already for the Cincinnati Bengals, considering a few years ago they were a no chance with the #1 draft pick, which leads them to a top dog. Now, next division, we have the AFC West. And listen, they have the Chargers now. They really have like a lot of talent with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, adding Quentin Johnston in the draft. Then they have Justin Herbert, the star quarterback that's obviously going to be starting and has maybe become a top 5 quarterback, maybe 6 or 7. But he's really been big for them, and he's still really young. This team also has Austin Eckler, a great running back, a good defense with Joey Bosa. This team's going to start the season as a contender already. I think this team, they got pretty good talent. That's all there is to it right there. Now, next up, we have the Denver Broncos. And the Broncos, they had Sean Payton at the new head coach spot for the Denver Broncos, and Russell Wilson was awful last season. I had to watch him play because my brother had him on his fantasy team, and it was really, really hard to watch. But stepping up with a new coach from no chance, I'm going to put them as to be right there. Now we have the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning Super Bowl champions. Will they repeat? I don't know. With these two big dogs right here, we gotta see here. They have beat both of these teams, but barely. I mean, listen. Remember that close game where the Chiefs beat the Bills by a coin toss? Then the Chiefs beat the Bengals by a penalty flag, or just by a kick, really. A penalty, a late hit out of bounds that set them up with the kick. They've literally been barely on top of these two teams. But obviously, they're the reigning Super Bowl champions. They should be up here with the big dogs, but we'll have to see. They're definitely going to stay up here with the big dogs, but we'll see if they're better than these two teams later in the season. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders. They had such good talent. They had Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Chandler Jones, adding Tyree Wilson, Max Crosby, a great defensive line for the Raiders. But I don't know how I feel about this team because they haven't really executed as much as they should. I'm going to have to say the Raiders, they don't have no chance. It depends. It depends on how they utilize their talent on this team. So I'm going to have them at TBD right here. And now it's time to take out the trash because it's time for the AFC South. We're going to start off with the Colts, okay? Anthony Richardson, I doubt he'll start at the beginning of the season. Maybe by week 5 he'll start. I'm not sure, but Anthony Richardson has a chance as a rookie quarterback, and he was never really consistent at Florida. Maybe to throw 15-plus picks in his rookie season. This team is a no chance. The second no chance we have, but definitely not the last. Because next up we have the Houston Texans, which they have the 2nd and 3rd overall pick. C.J. Stroud is just a rookie quarterback right there. We'll have to see how he develops over the years. But then we have Will Anderson, and we know he might go crazy. We have no idea. But he is a really good defender. But I don't know if that's enough to get them wins just by a defender. And this team is another no chance to start it. But they need to develop and work over the years to get new draft picks, free agents, trades, and all that stuff, and build up this franchise. Now, next up, we have the Tennessee Titans. And last year, they were 7-3, all the way right here at Contender. And what happened? 7 straight losses. Oh, no. 7-10. They did not make the playoffs, choking up. getting an offensive lineman in the first round, which I'll tell you they do need. Now, because they lost in the final game to who? The Jacksonville Jaguars, which is the team that somehow made it into the playoffs. They never made it to the playoffs. The Titans gave them the playoff opportunity, which leaves them with Trevor Lawrence, a great young quarterback who played out of his mind in the second half of the Chargers game. Definitely, he didn't throw 4 picks in the first quarter of that Chargers game, but they ended up winning a 27-0 comeback. This team made the playoffs last year. They won a playoff game. Almost beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. This is to be determined. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so you can get a notification on my NFC video and even a 2023-2024 college football hype video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.